Chosen one, before another word is spoken, before another breath is taken, let this truth settle over you like warm light at the close of a long day. It is done. The thing you carried for so long, the weight that bent your shoulders and stole your sleep, the season that seemed it would never reach its end, it is over now. You will never have to walk through that again. Heaven is not whispering a maybe to you tonight. Heaven is declaring a finished thing. Congratulations, beloved. The chapter that broke you and remade you has reached its final page, and the hand of God has closed the book gently, with tenderness, with mercy, with a love you are only now beginning to understand. You did not imagine the difficulty of it. You did not exaggerate the cost of it, and you are not imagining now that it has come to its end. You have lived so long inside the struggle that part of you may not yet believe the war is over. That is all right. Belief will catch up to truth in its own time. For now, simply let yourself hear it. The cycle that kept returning, the pattern that wore a groove into your life, the same heartbreak wearing different faces, the same closed door opening only to slam again. It has reached its conclusion. The Father has drawn a line that nothing can cross backward. What is behind that line stays behind it. You are standing now on new ground, and the old ground cannot follow you here. It cannot reach across the line that heaven has drawn. It cannot stretch its long shadow over the days that are coming. That season had a beginning, and now, by the mercy of God, it has been given an ending, and the ending is real, and the ending holds. There were nights you wondered if you would survive what you were carrying. There were mornings you opened your eyes and felt the same dread waiting at the foot of your bed, the same exhaustion before the day had even begun. You learned to brace yourself for the next blow, because the blows kept coming, and hope began to feel dangerous. You stopped expecting rest, because rest had betrayed you so many times before. Heaven saw every one of those nights. Not one tear fell unwitnessed. Not one silent prayer dissolved into nothing. The Father was counting them, holding them, keeping them in a vessel he never set down, until the day he could answer all of them at once. You were never as alone in that valley as you felt. The silence you mistook for absence was a presence so close it had no need of words. He was nearer in your lowest hour than he was in your brightest one. If something in your spirit is stirring as these words reach you, if you feel the first crack of relief breaking through the long-held tension, type one quiet word below. Type the word free. Let that small act be your first declaration that the season is truly behind you. Speak it gently, the way you would speak the name of someone you love. Because freedom is not loud at first. Freedom often arrives as silence, as the sudden absence of a sound you had grown so used to that you forgot it was there. The constant hum of worry, the background ache of waiting for the next disaster, and then one day it is simply gone, and the quiet feels almost strange, until you realize the quiet is peace, and peace has come to stay. You will keep reaching for the old weight out of habit, the way a hand reaches for something that is no longer there. Be patient with yourself in that. The body remembers what the heart is still learning to release. The flinch will fade, the bracing will soften. The instinct to prepare for pain will quiet a little more each day, as your spirit slowly learns that it is safe now, truly safe. In a way, it has not been safe in a very long time. And each time your hand closes on nothing, let it remind you. The thing is gone. You set it down. You do not have to pick it up again. There is a tenderness in that truth that may take time to fully receive. For so long, you were the one holding everything together. You were the one who could not afford to break, because too much depended on your strength. You forgot what it was to be carried, because survival demanded that you carry. But that demand has been lifted now. The strength you needed for that season is no longer required, because the season that required it is over. You are allowed to be soft again. You are allowed to be held. You may wonder why this season was allowed to last as long as it did. That is a fair and honest question, and heaven does not turn away from it. The truth is that what you walked through was never random suffering for its own sake. Every hard season carries a purpose hidden inside its pain, and yours was no exception. The Father was not punishing you, he was forging you. The fire that felt like it was consuming you was actually refining you, burning away everything that could not survive the weight of what you are called to carry next. Gold does not fear the furnace, because gold knows the furnace cannot consume it. The furnace can only reveal what the gold already was, hidden beneath the surface, mixed in with things that were never truly part of it. That is what the fire was doing in you. It was not taking from you, it was uncovering you. Everything that burned away was something that was never meant to last. And everything that remained was the part of you that heaven always saw, even when you could not see it yourself. Think of who you were before this season began. Think of how much you trusted in things that could not hold you, how much of your strength was borrowed from circumstances that were always going to fail. You leaned on approval that could be withdrawn. You built on ground that was always going to shift. You poured your hope into vessels that were never able to hold it. And so the slow undoing began, not as cruelty, but as rescue. The Father allowed the shaking, not because he delights in your tears, but because he refused to let you build your eternal house on sand. Everything that could be shaken had to be shaken, so that what remains is only what can never be moved. It felt like loss while it was happening. It felt like the ground giving way beneath you. But what was falling away was only ever the part of your life that could not have carried you where you are going. You are not the same person who first entered that valley. Somewhere in the long dark of it, something in you grew quiet and deep and unbreakable. You learned that you could lose everything and still wake up breathing. You learned that the bottom is not the end, that there is a floor beneath the floor, and that floor is the hand of God. You discovered a strength you never asked for and never wanted, the kind of strength that is only born in places of great pressure. That strength is yours now. It belongs to you. No one can ever take it from you again, because it was not given to you by people, and what people did not give, people cannot remove. It was forged in you by fire, and fire-tested things do not come undone. This is why it ends now, beloved, and not before. The lesson is complete. The forging is finished. The Father does not keep you in the fire one moment longer than love requires. He is not careless with your suffering, and he is not wasteful with your pain. Every tear is being gathered into purpose. Every wound is becoming wisdom. And now that the work is done, the season closes. There is nothing left in it for you to learn, and so there is no reason for you to remain. A good father does not prolong the hard thing once its purpose is fulfilled. He does not leave his child standing in the cold after the lesson has been understood. The very heart that allowed the difficulty is the heart that now ends it, and it ends it not reluctantly, not partially, but with the full and joyful intention of a love that has been waiting all along for this exact moment of release. Hear now what is sealed. What has been finished in the unseen realm before your eyes will ever witness it in the world you can see. The cycle is broken, not paused, not weakened, but broken at the root, severed at the very place where it was feeding. What returned to you again and again will not find its way back, because the door it used to enter has been closed by a hand far stronger than your own. The Father has not merely cleaned the surface of your life. He has gone down to the foundation and pulled out the thing that kept the pattern alive. There is a reason the same trouble kept finding you, the same shape of pain returning in different forms. It was not bad luck, and it was not your failure. There was a root beneath it, a thing that had taken hold long ago, in a place too deep for you to reach on your own. You tried to fight the pattern at the surface. again and again, and you wondered why your effort never broke it for good. It was because the root was untouched. But the Father reaches places your hands could never reach, and He has gone all the way down and pulled the root out by its source. This is the difference between relief and freedom. Relief is when the storm pauses. Freedom is when the storm is taken out of the sky entirely. You have not been handed a pause, beloved. You have been handed a finished thing, a closed account, a sealed and settled end. Freedom looks like waking without dread. Freedom looks like a morning that does not arrive already heavy. It looks like the absence of that old familiar fear, the one that used to greet you before you were even fully awake. It looks like laughter that surprises you, joy that does not have to be earned, rest that you do not have to defend. You spent so long surviving that you may have forgotten what living feels like. Living is coming back to you now. It is returning slowly, gently, the way color returns to a sky after a long storm finally passes. Do not rush it. Do not demand that the whole dawn arrive in a single moment. Let it come the way real healing always comes, a little more each day, until one morning you realize you are well, and you cannot say exactly when it happened. There will be space in your life now where the struggle used to be. Do not be afraid of that space. For so long your hands were full of holding on, full of bracing, full of carrying. Now your hands are open, and open hands can finally receive. The very room that the ending made is the room where your new beginning will grow. Heaven does not empty a thing without intending to fill it. The clearing of the old is always the preparation of the new. Trust the emptiness for a little while. It will not stay empty. The same God who closed the door behind you is opening doors ahead of you that you cannot yet see. He did not bring you through all of that to abandon you in the open field. He brought you through to plant you in better soil. What grows in you next will be rooted in ground that nothing can shake, because it was prepared by the very seasons that nearly broke you. You will notice it first in small ways. A decision that used to terrify you will feel simple. A person who used to drain you will lose their grip. And a memory that used to wound you will rise up and find that it no longer has the power to cut. You will catch yourself smiling at nothing, and you will not be able to name the reason, and that is the reason. The weight is gone. You have been carrying it so long that its absence will feel like floating. Let yourself float. You have earned this lightness, beloved. You have more than earned it. And on the days you doubt that you deserve such ease, remember that grace was never about deserving. The rest you are entering was not a wage you negotiated. It was a gift, freely given by a heart that delighted to give it. You do not have to feel worthy of your peace in order to keep it. You only have to receive it, the way an open hand receives the rain. And as the small signs gather, let them build your confidence in the larger truth. Heaven does not announce its work with thunder alone. More often, it arrives in quiet evidence, in the slow accumulation of ordinary moments that used to be hard and now are simply easy. Pay attention to those moments. Collect them. Let them testify to you on the days the fear tries to make you doubt. The proof of your freedom is being written into your ordinary days, one gentle moment at a time. Now there may be a fear rising even as you read these words, a small and persistent voice asking the question you are afraid to ask. What if it comes back? What if this is only a pause before the pain returns? What if you let yourself rest and the old season is waiting just beyond the calm to seize you again? That fear is not your enemy. It is only the scar tissue of everything you survived. It is the part of you that learned, through long and bitter repetition, never to trust the quiet. Of course it flinches. Of course it waits for the other shoe to fall. It kept you alert through seasons when alertness was survival. But hear this clearly, and let it go deeper than the fear can reach. What God finishes, He finishes completely. He does not do half works. He does not break a chain only to leave it lying close enough to be picked back up. When heaven declares a thing done, it is done in every realm, in every direction, backward and forward through time. The fear that it will return is the last echo of a season that has already ended. An echo is not the thing itself. An echo is only the memory of a sound, growing fainter with every moment, until at last it fades into the silence that was always going to win. You do not have to fight to keep your freedom. That is the most tender mercy of all. Your freedom is not something you earned by being strong enough, and so it is not something you can lose by being weak. It was given. It was sealed by a power that does not waver when you waver, that does not grow tired when you grow tired. On the days your faith is thin, the seal still holds. On the days you forget, heaven still remembers. You are kept not by the strength of your grip on God, but by the strength of His grip on you. And His grip does not loosen. It did not loosen on the worst night of the season that just ended, and it will not loosen on the brightest morning of the season that is beginning. You are held by hands that have never once let go. So when the fear whispers, you do not have to argue with it. You only have to remember. Remember that the one who closed this chapter does not reopen what he has laid to rest. Remember that you were brought through, not brought back. The direction of your life has changed, and the current that once pulled you under is now carrying you home. There is a difference between drifting and being carried, and you are about to learn it. You are not lost on the water anymore. You are not fighting the tide with the last of your strength. You are being borne along by a love that knows exactly where it is taking you, and that destination is good, and that destination is sure. You will arrive there not because you were strong enough to swim, but because you were loved enough to be carried. Now hear who you are on the other side of all of this, because you are not who you were when you entered. You are not the wounded one anymore, though the wounds taught you everything. You are not the one waiting to be rescued, because the rescue has already come. You are the one who walked through the fire and came out carrying light. You are proof that the darkness does not get the final word. Look back, just once, not to relive it, but to honor it. Look at how far you have come. Look at the version of you that first stepped into that long valley, frightened and worn and unsure if there would ever be a way out. That one did not know what you now know. That one had not yet discovered that the valley has a far side, that the night has a morning, that even the longest season eventually runs out of pages. But you know it now because you lived it. You are the living proof of the thing that the frightened version could not yet believe. You are free, not free as a wish, not free as a someday, but free as a finished fact written into the foundation of your life. You are whole, not because nothing ever broke you, but because the one who mends has gathered every broken piece and made something stronger than the original. You are chosen, and you always were. Even in the valley, even in the nights, you felt forgotten. Especially then, if your heart agrees with what heaven is declaring over you, let one line rise up from within you and speak it as your own. Say it gently, as a seal upon everything you have heard. Say, the old season is over, and I am free. Let those words be your banner now. Let them be the first thing you reach for when the fear tries to return. You are no longer a person defined by what you survived. You are a person defined by what carried you through it. The struggle was real, but it was never the truth of you. The truth of you is the unbreakable thing that remained when everything breakable fell away. So take a breath now, beloved, slow and full, and let it reach all the way down to the places that have not breathed freely in a very long time. Let your shoulders come down from where the years have held them. Let the bracing stop. There is nothing coming that you need to defend against. The storm has passed, and the sky is clearing, and the ground beneath you is solid at last. Feel how steady it is. Press your weight against it, and feel that it holds. For so long the ground kept shifting beneath you, and you learned to stand braced and ready for the next collapse. But this ground will not give way. This is the rock that does not move, the foundation that the shaking could not reach, the place the Father has set your feet at last. Stand here, rest here. You are not going to fall. Set it down. Whatever you are still gripping out of old habit, whatever weight your hands are still curled around even now, open your fingers and let it fall. It is not yours to carry anymore. It was never meant to be carried this far. Lay it down in the place where this season ended and walk forward without it. You do not need it where you are going. You will find that your steps are lighter than they have been in years. You are free, beloved. You are healed in the places that bled the longest. You are home in your own life again, no longer a stranger to your own peace. There was a version of you that forgot what home felt like, that wandered so long in the difficulty that the difficulty began to feel like the only home there was. But that was never your home. That was the long road, and the road has ended, and the door of your true home stands open, and the light is on, and you are welcomed in. Come in from the cold, beloved. You do not have to stand outside your own life anymore. You are loved with a love that watched you through every night and never once looked away. You are chosen, you are kept, and you are finally, fully, gloriously released. The chapter is closed. The cycle is broken. The weight is lifted. The fear has no claim on you. What was done is undone, and what was lost is being restored, and what was finished will stay finished forever. And so it is. It is sealed. It is done.